length of time. But I do want to get across a couple key points. You know, a lot of you are playing tournaments. Some of you are here to prepare for them. Some of you are here to just improve your game. But I will tell you, there's a direct correlation between the quality of your focus and concentration. If you are playing a tournament and you are playing it this weekend, it is a Tuesday right now, you got to make sure that you're starting to prepare for that tournament. The quality of your intensity should be commensurate or be consistent with the level that you want to be when you're playing the tournament. So when we're playing points, you don't want to just play them casually. You want to play it where you're starting to execute and hit the shot selection exactly how you want to do it in a match. Now, if you have any problems, let us know, and then we can help you. We do not want to introduce new technique or new situations 2 or 3 days out from a major tournament. For those of you who are just developing your skills, then you need to know exactly what your priority is. So focus on some of the things that you feel are most important. The coaches should be explaining to you what you need to work on. And if you have any questions, speak with the coaches. I'll be going around all the courts. If you are having a problem with a specific shot or you're confused, it doesn't take me long once I take a look at it. And I'll be happy to do that. So let us know. Let's have a great workout here. But the thing that I want you to understand the most, whether you're playing a tournament, and don't ever forget this, and I mean don't ever forget this, whether you're playing a tournament or you're practicing in training, no one, not now, not ever, can keep you from pushing yourself to become as good as you can in that session. You're the one who can do that. No player is going to keep you from doing that. If you're competing, no player that you ever walk on a court with can keep you from striving to be your best. And finally, the way you become special is incremental, a little improvement each day, making it about you, being everything you can be. No one can ever keep you from doing that. That's a really important lesson. Let's get going. Have a great session. All right, let's go. Hustle back. Let's go. Sorry for keeping you so long. So, hold on a second. This looks good. And Bowden, what I like about this here, it's a nice, clean first move. She gets to here. This for both of you. Stephanie, I'm going to have you come over here, please. Let's go. At the highest levels of the game evolves and morphs every 6 months. And if you watch the best players in the world, the very, very best, and usually the men. Why the men? Because the men are dealing with the most power. And the top guys are handling that power better than anybody else. So you look at some of the biomechanics of what they're doing, and they're always slowly morphing, and that gives you insight. So one of the things that's clear, you're doing it pretty well, and if you can get the basket, bring it over here. You're coming in, I'll do a view here, where they don't start the racket back from here. This is not for them. Technically, maybe this is the beginning of the take back. Yes, but not as a player, it's not. They'll get from here to here in a flash. And so they get from here to here, and this part is really their take back. They get here and go like that. Center goes from here like this, and then he gets back here. But ostensibly, or it may seem like, okay, their take back starts here. The reality of it is they get to here, and this is basically where their timing is. And you see young players go, And there's all kinds of configurations. Some people come out here. This is death to a forehand at a high level. Why? Because you don't have time to be out here. So you want to get from here to here. I prefer holding the racket. Most of the top players do. So would you feed Melanie a couple? She does this well. See, that's a nice move. I like that. Now, she has a little different style. Say like Alcaraz will go totally like this. She has a unique style herself. It's close to that. But the key point is she can get from here to here, and then the timing is very low. Still rhythmic, but she can play at fast speeds. Our goal here is for you to be able to play at fast speeds and still have the control, the power, all that. Let's go. Here we go. Very nice. And the other thing here is is if you look at a baseball hitter, they'll tend to have this elbow up and they pull back. And so when they let go, this stays on this side, they're getting a lot of power. So a baseball hitter's a lot of times going to be here, they load, and then they release and hit. Tennis is moving in that direction. Everything on the same side, very compact. One more, and then we got to clean up Stephanie's. That's nice. I would give her, I don't want to say 10 out of 10 because then she's going to get a little cocky and all this stuff like that. So I say it's about a 9. It's nice, but how well are you going to move your feet? How well are you going to get in position and getting that ball in your optimum hitting zone? 2 more, let's go. Stephanie, I'm putting a little pressure on you here because she's hitting it pretty well. Yes, and so when she's going down the line, this right here, this back leg, when you get in close, you're going down the line, this leg is going to fly back. If it's going cross court, it's going to go there. The leg can stay down, or she can hit open stance and still go down the line. But contrary to what a lot of coaches teach, you don't go like this when you're going down the line. That's basically going to cause problems. Let's switch it out. So I'm going to look at Steph, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm thinking. Now, she's going to try to copy what Melanie's doing to the best of her ability. And these are okay. You see how the foot came around? That's all right there. Yeah, I'm not as excited. Go ahead. I'm very picky. Go ahead here. I'm going to hold your finger there. You're going to go here, always open the hip. So super clean right here. Up a little bit more. Yeah, right like that. I want perfection in the first move. Let's go. Yes. Now, what did that feel like?
Okay.
Did you have less speed?
No.
More?
Yeah.
Yes, I know that. I didn't know if you knew that. Here we go. Racket up, yep. And it's clean. Now you see how your foot came forward quickly?
Yeah.
If you go like this, the ball's going to go down in the net. If you want it, you can go boom, and then the foot goes back and it can come forward. You're going down the line, so the back foot should either go back or stay back. Yes, you can rip it, pull it back. Not quite as much as that. You see what happened there? Where'd your foot go? Went forward. Where'd the ball go? Down the net. It's good that you illustrated that for the camera there, but I think you're going to want to do it the other way. Rip it. Yes. Don't be afraid of the miss. That's better. Pull it back. Yes. Okay, but you have a net there, so you got to aim. Yep, you got it over the net. Now you got to make it. That's better. 2 feet above the net. Rip it. Foot came forward. Same thing. That's better. Let that foot fly back. There you go. One more. Yes. And you have to use the perfectionism in not that you want to be a perfectionist anyway, because that's really the pursuit of mediocrity, but you want to be so precise in the first move. Show me one more where you're even more precise. Elbows up, as precise as you can, that's better. Yes. Now, one final thing. When you are, in fact, here, I like you to use the net as a gauge, be aiming above the net. You have a target, but be very aware of where the net is and aim right above it. You're attacking. Yep, that's the idea. Last one. Nice. One more. Now, from this position, you're up, Melanie. So if we're going to another a higher level, you go load. You put your mean face on. You know, like, oh, I'm going to hit this mean big shot. You change to a continental grip and you hit a drop shot. Let's see what you got. Show power, change. Yep, and that's what you got to work on. Yep. Yeah, and then lift it more. And then change the continental. Yes. Very nice. Show power and then yes. And so with a drop shot, you want it to lift. Now, I'm not particularly skilled at a drop shot, but I come here, change the continental, and then I'll lift it up. I got a bad bounce. And you lift it where it arcs a little higher. You want it to drop. All right, and then higher than that. You want to lift it up.
Hey.
That's right. You got to work on it. This is a shot you need.
Air.
Higher. I want it 5 feet higher. Get higher. 5 feet higher. Better. So obviously a lot of work to be done, but inside the baseline, showing power, and then switching. That's what the best players do. All right, I gotta move on.
You want to?
One of the things that I try to do with the kids, go ahead, let's hit a few balls, is there's got to be some levity, and you can also use sarcasm some of the time to illustrate a point. And so sometimes you'll hear me be sarcastic, and they recognize that, and it leaves more of an indelible impression. All right. And let me just be clear. I like what I'm seeing here. And Robert, I want it as clean as possible. Let's go. That's better. Felipe is 18. He's going to college. He's been here a few years, and I've had a chance to really work with him where, over a longer period of time. And I'm really happy for him. He has developed well. He's gotten into a very good college, but he's improving. He's beating players higher ranked now today than he was even 2 months ago. Oh, wow. So he just keeps improving, which is what I promised the coaches would happen. So he's a very fine hitter of the ball, but he also understands who he is, what's going to make him special. He's a really good athlete. He's very quick. And so his mechanics are very nice. He's able to take the ball early, defend, neutralize, and he can be a person that continues to improve over the next 5 years.
Yep.
So I think that's great. Felipe, all good. Try when you get a chance and you're hitting like this, and I know obviously, there's a camera running, but I don't really care about that, is that you should be intuitively working on some of those balls, taking them a little bit earlier, getting it at the peak of the bounce or in your upper strike zone on the rise, okay? So let's see you do that. Robert, you're in one corner. Peak of the bounce, you got to move. Yeah?
Certainly playing to it. So
Left eye. He's left eye dominant, and even though there's a lot of discussion about it, let's put it this way. Hold on 1 second. There's a lot of controversy about eye dominance. There are one dominant eye and not. Eventually, I think that the visual system is something I've studied for literally 50 years because my brother-in-law is an optometrist, and he showed me a lot when I was younger. But this thing with the dominant eye, do you feel a difference when you track more with your left eye on the forehand?
Yeah, the more in front.
Is it a little bit or big? Okay, so for him, he is left eye dominant, so it's really important for him to keep this left eye tracking here a little bit more. Now, it's not just in his head, it's a significant difference for him. So it's anecdotal evidence, but when I go one after another, you see it makes a big difference. So can you focus on keeping that left eye tracking the ball a little longer? So right after the hit, a little longer there. It's not good enough. Yeah, mostly forehands, please. Thank you. Left. Yes, should stay there. Left. Yes. Stay there longer. Yeah. Yeah, now you see how you turned a little bit? Keep this chin here. Stand there. So keep this here where this shoulder is going to drive to the chin, boom, and then you look up. Don't turn your head before that shoulder comes to the chin. Just do it a little bit longer. Right there? Yes. Long? Now, are you staying there a little longer? How does that feel? Stop. Okay. A lot better? Yeah. Now, the thing is, could you, Bowden, feed him a short ball? And here, so stay here. I don't want you looking down the court till well after contact. Keep the head there. I thought, did you feel you stayed there?
Not enough.
No, I didn't think you stayed there enough. I thought that was like really disappointing. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I still don't like it. I still don't like it. Because on a ball like this, I feel you should be getting on your front foot here and really walloping that. If your foot goes back here and you've got a short ball, you can do this and go cross court or down line. But I want you to unload on it, and I want you to keep that left eye tracking after the hit, right on the hit. Yes, how did that feel? Yeah, that's much better. You can go cross court on this, get on your front foot, not unless it's, yeah, that's fine. Yes, and so that's the way it should be struck. It gets your weight going on the hit, and so tactically you're putting more pressure on that person, and it's more stable. I mean, if you got a sitter here, you can go open stance, and you can go either way, but you can also square up and go either way and track with the left. The more open you are, the more difficult it is for you to stay tracking long enough with the left eye. So if you have a choice and can get on this front foot, let the foot go back, you'll be effective in doing that. All right? Yeah. Understood? Switch out with Robert. Robert, come on over.
And then Coach Saviano, for someone like Felipe that's had rapid acceleration in their development,
yeah,
what percentage do you think is due to what you work on technical skills versus the mental side of the game?
Everything ties together, yeah, because what people don't get is when you watch a great player, I take my glasses off, and it's just so few people understand this. And I mean, if you were to really watch somebody great, and I've been fortunate to be on the court with many of the all-time greats. Not that I was always working with them. Some of the time I wasn't. I was playing, and I was playing with great players. Their absorption in the shot is so integral to the quality of the ball strike. Mm-hmm. And that is why you don't see great players with their heads flying around.
Yep.
Years ago, I took a lot of criticism because I think I mentioned in the interview, like with Monfils, he won like 4 junior Grand Slams. They said he's going to be amazing. He's going to win. So I said, no, I don't think he's going to win any. And they thought I was crazy. And because I'm looking at the guys like this, his head's flying all over the place, running around back here, and so on. And so the mechanics weren't that good. And he wasn't absorbed and focused here on the hit. So as the game gets faster, if this head is flying out, it's analogous to a baseball hitter pulling his head out. He's not going to hit anything. They all know that. They keep the head still. You need the stability of the head on the hit in order. This is where all your balance is. Your vestibular system, your equilibrium, everything is in here. So if this is moving around a lot on the hit, you're metaphorically speaking dead in the water. And so the better the player, the more clean they are with the prep, and when they go to hit, the more stable they are with their mechanics. So if you get a kid that is 5'8", like Felipe, or Robert is going to be around that height, maybe a little long. If they're unsolid with their mechanics and they can't address a ball early, they got no way to have weapons. They have to be beyond the baseline. If they have to be beyond the baseline and they're not going to be big enough, and very few people are strong enough, Sinner can hurt you from here, so can Alcaraz, but not many people. What do? You relegate them to limited, just running around, hitting a lot of balls. So you want to share with them how they can develop real weapons, clearly articulate and refine the mechanics, which unfortunately very often are not understood that well. You know, the real preparation, the loading, the footwork and the focus on the hit, all that. People get into nuances and different stylistic things, which I allow. Then if you get caught up in that, you limit their future. So Robert, come on out, sure. Because Robert here, really good athlete, moves well, and we've worked on cleaning it up, his game. Go ahead. Yeah, just mostly forehands here. So I want nice clean hitting. Yes. Let's go cross court. So I'm looking, see, this is good because when he's hitting a ball, technically the take back, as I was alluding to with the girls, it doesn't start here. I call this a golden move, all right? So this is a golden move. I'll do it left-handed. I open the hips and I turn the shoulders, okay? So that's it. You see I center my weight. Seems simple. It is, but this is a world-class move. You come in here, boom. Now, what's significant about this? You open the hips, that means the foot's gonna go in the direction where the body's gonna go. So if you go like this, you can't move in that direction. So you come in, you split, and usually at high speeds, contrary to what a lot of people think, is when they land from the split, they'll often land and they're stepping out already before they land. So it will look like that, and they start turning. So this move here, the significance of it is, okay, I'm now pointing in the direction. I've got a quick first move. My shoulders are turned. As I turn, see my hips turn to move in the direction. The shoulders turn more. See, I go like this. I am like loaded, ready to go. Here, I've got what's called a separation angle between my shoulders and my hips, which means I'm ready to hit. You may watch a baseball hitter, they'll go like this, and then right before they'll pull and they'll get their separation angle. Without it, you can't deal with power. You can't generate power. So you say, well, why is this a golden move here like that? Well, I'll tell you. Forehand, golden move. Backhand, turn, golden move. Backhand volley, open up the hip, turn the shoulders. Backhand volley, golden move. Forehand, turn, here, boom, hit, golden move. Return to serve, step out, boom, again, same basic move. Forehand return, same way. Aside from the split step, that move is probably the second most frequent used move, and no one ever talks about it. They say unit turn. Okay, a unit turn means go turn as a unit. This is not how you play big time tennis. Now I know what people say. They probably say this is a unit turn, but it's it's nebulous. It's unclear. So what I want is a clean first move to enable this young man to be able to deal with pace and to also generate a weapon. Let's go. Dazzle me here, cross courts. Dazzle me with your footwork, Robert. So I'm looking for flaws. And so what he does a little bit is he'll go a little bit in here and it gets a little bit open and so on. I want this, go ahead. Are you keeping this semi? Yeah, this pulls back more here. I don't want this going this way. So super clean, open the hip and get like that. Always open the hip when you do, yes. All right, let's go. Yes, that's really good. That was impressive. Yeah, footwork, young man, footwork. Move, quick, and then take your time. The idea is to be quick so that you can take your time. Let's go. Yes. And what's happening there? Why would that ball pull out? Yeah, did you do a nice prep first move? What was wrong with it? Yeah, I don't know if you did that, but you never really got around enough. So what happened is you're not turned enough and then you're pulling out. Okay, get a good first move. That's a good one. And then you'll see you're going to hit better. I'm almost happy, not quite. Yep, nice. Dazzle me there. Yep, stay there. Watch the ball a little longer. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Ball's deep. Take a quick step back, right? Peek the ball at net. That ball should have not been anywhere near the net. Let's go. Quick. Too slow. Quicker. That's better. Yep, again, quick. Too slow with the first move. That's better. Quick. Yeah. Now, the thing is, there's a tendency with these guys to go at the speed of the ball. And one thing I can tell you, as somebody who was on the court personally playing matches or practicing, you go former number ones, Ilie Nastase, who I played against, Dan Smith, Yvonne Lendl, also not Bjorn Borg, but the lefty from Argentina that got to number one in the world, McEnroe, Connors, Edberg, Becker. One thing, when you're playing those guys and you hit a short ball, they are up to it so fast. And they get up to it and you have no idea where they're going. You're done, even if they don't hit it hard. And so, Vilas was the guy I was thinking about. So you learn that, and then being on the court with greats, more recent great, all the greats in coaching, that's what you want. So when the ball comes, you get quick to here, you slide up, and you're so ready to go in any direction. They tend to go slower to the ball, and at the last second get ready, and they don't have the options. The way in which you slow people down is by being prepared so you can go in multiple directions or multiple shots. Go ahead, let's go. Very good, but get up. It's not quick enough in the first move. You're too, yeah. See, the ball played you. You're not used to being quick right out of the blocks. Yep, quicker. Yes, get out. Yeah, there you go. That's better. Then take your time on the hit. So it's really quick, and then take your time executing your shot. Nicely done. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, you're out here.
Go and quick prep, and then go.
Here's it. Yeah, okay.
I don't mind that miss. I thought you set up for that beautifully. Last one and get a drink. Quick move. Yep.
I'm back here.
Go. Oh, nice. All right. Wrap it up. That's nice hitting. Oh, he tried to go down. He missed. We can't come off the court with a miss. Go back there. No, we're not. We don't finish on a mistake. Feed him one ball, otherwise we want to get a drink here. Well, here we go. Watch the ball. Nope, we got to stay here. It may be a long afternoon. Short ball down the line. Go. Load. That's a tough feed. Last one. Simple shot. Go down the line. Nicely done. Okay. One of the things, good job, Robert. One of the things, I almost never like them coming off the court on an error. We don't finish on an error. So you give a simple ball and they finish on making a shot. It's just a discipline thing. In developing mentally and mindset, you want to work in visions a lot of times. The visual system is part of the brain, and they think as they learn more, they're more amazed by the visual system. And I think that's where the most significant breakthroughs in training are happening. And that over 85% of the brain's information is processed through the visual system. Mm-hmm. So if you're disciplining your visual system, if you're controlling that and absorbed where it should be, and all of that stuff, you are, to a great extent, controlling the mind. And when you're here on the hit and you have a target, you're saying focus on using the net as a gauge or whatever, and hitting towards your target, that pulls them into the moment. So psychologically, you're absorbed in that. At that moment, when you have that target there, it's impossible to be nervous. And it will help you out tactically. And the reason it helps you out tactically is because when you're absorbed here on the hit, the peripheral vision is very aware of the surroundings. So from here, so if I go like this and I wanted to avoid stepping on the line, I don't have to look, say like here, I don't have to look. I can turn around and go like this because my brain knows where everything is based on what I'm seeing. So when I'm in here and I'm focused, my visual system is assessing exactly where I am. And if you're using right here that net kind of as a gauge, you'll find that the kids are much, much, much better in their shot selection. Then in addition to that, they're mentally more in the moment. Mm-hmm. So tactically, you get better shots. Mentally, they're more focused. And it's technically, it's superior by staying here. So if you watch truly great players, the head will move very little on the hit. And if somebody's left eye dominant, like Federer, he may stay there longer. If the right eye dominant, I assume Sinner is, they may move ever so slightly, but they still, that's one of the things, the head's staying here, boom, and then still. And these are mechanics that facilitate the development of optimizing strategy and tactics.
When you're looking at developing players, there's a lot that goes into it, from footwork to the stroke to eye control, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Do you start with the footwork and build up from there? Or what do you look at the most?
Basically, you have to make an assessment of where they're at. You have to know what's the dream, what are they trying to accomplish. So that if somebody came to you and they want to be a high school player, well, that's going to be a total different scenario than somebody who says, my goal, my dream, my world is to become a world-class professional. So for me, what I'm looking at if they're very young, I want to see where their fundamentals are. How good are they at the basic fundamentals? Do they have mechanics that are going to limit them? One of the problems for a lot of the kids in the United States is they develop games where the emphasis is on beating the other person way too much and way too soon. Mm-hmm. As opposed to at the early stages, a real commitment to the fundamentals of each one of the strokes, which enable them eventually to strategically and tactically play the way they're capable of playing, and doesn't put the limitations on them. So that's the biggest thing, is depending upon their stage of development, if they're 9 or 10 years old, then you're looking at fundamentals in every aspect. And then you refine from there to go to high performance principles that are the next skill level up. If in fact they are more advanced, then you're looking at cultivating, well, you make sure you eliminate anything that's limiting them, but then you cultivate real world-class weapons.
Yep.
And that has to be done within the context of really understanding fundamentals of preparation, which enable someone to slow the game down where they're able to play very fast, but they're not rushed, and they can deal with pace and generate pace. And so there's real subtleties to it. And, I would love to tell you I know everything about every fundamental, but I don't. I'm constantly pushing myself, trying to learn, kind of improving, studying what's going on. And I feel I have a pretty darn good handle on it. However, the moment as a coach you feel that you've arrived and that you know, then you should retire.
Yep.
Because you're just, that's arrogance. And there is, the one thing I learned, there's so much to learn that it's more that can be learned in a lifetime. And so my objective is to impart what I know, which is as solid as I can, incorporate the individual personality, their physical attributes, what they're trying to accomplish, and make it about empowering them. And while I'm doing that, I have to allow that style, their individual style and personality to come through. But then, in addition from that, I have to guard against complacency and stagnation of my own knowledge, and I have to passionately push forward. I have that obligation to them and to the players that I work with, because over the years, if you get a little bit of a reputation, for having some success, people come with entrusting you. That's a big responsibility, and I don't intend to let anybody down.